Hello, everyone. I am the Associate Director of Admissions, and I am so excited. I was bragging about so many of you that showed up last week and the week prior, so thank you for coming again. It's great to actually be able to recognize faces of this class already. I appreciate you, and we're all excited for your questions this week. I'll hand it off to placement, Office of Career.
Yeah, that's great.
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Bev Eklund. I am the Office Coordinator for Career Planning and Development. I also work very closely with our Professor of Externships. So I'll be talking about externships today.
And hi, everybody. I'm Marty McCausland, and I'm the Associate Director of Career Planning and Development. And I work closely with Bev Eklund.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nate Nagy. I'm the Assistant Director of Recruitment for Willamette's Early Career Change MBA program, and we'll talk a little bit about the JD MBA. Thanks for having me.
Hi, everybody. I'm Susan Cook. I'm a clinical law professor in the clinic here at Willamette. I'm also my title is Distinguished Professor from Practice, which means I've been practicing law for, I guess, 26 years now. So I also teach doctrinal trust and estates, and I teach 2 workshop classes, will and trust drafting and elder law. That's my specialty. So I'm very happy to be meeting you today because oftentimes I won't see you until your second year, if at all. And I'd love to give you some information today about the clinics that are available to you here at Willamette. So.
Perfect. If you want to go ahead and start, Susan, you can just jump in and you'll go first.
Great. Great. Well, I'm happy to be speaking first. I'm going to set a little timer for myself, though, just in case I get carried away. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. So we at Willamette have a clinic, and it is very unique to us. We're very proud of it, and we are in a state of flux. We're building, and currently we have 2 different subsets, 2 different topics. Mine is trust and estates, and my colleague, Sarah Matsumoto, she is the community and environmental justice clinical law professor. And then we are really excited to be welcoming a 3rd professor just next month. Beth Zilberman is going to be teaching the immigration law clinic, which is really popular here too. So you have 3 options available to you. So let me get into a little bit how our clinics work here. We are a functional law firm. We have clients. We are set apart from the law school because we are a functional law firm and we have to function like a firm. And we usually have, most of our students are usually 3rd years, but every once in a while we get some 2nd years over here too. That's kind of a dream of ours, is that more 2nd years could come in and try out every discipline perhaps. We don't have many prerequisites to be able to be enrolled in clinic. A lot of times people think you have to take trust and estates to be in the trust and estates clinic. And I've seen actually great success with students being in the clinic at the same time they're taking the doctrinal course. So there's no limitation there. And we have a very unique setup in that we have a seminar format. So there is a lecture, but for the most part, it's a very active environment because we have clients actually coming in and out and client representations going on. Currently, my clinic is in a summer session and we have over 30 active cases and 8 students are here juggling their own individual caseloads. And I just let them do that. I let them just juggle it and work on each individual client themselves. I would love it if your first year you would reach out to me or reach out to Sarah or reach out to Beth and come over and tour our clinic so you could see how it works. We have a client interview room that has a one-way mirror so that students have the autonomy of meeting with the clients and working with them by themselves. And I'm on the other side supervising and supporting them, but really letting them get a very authentic experience. So it's kind of like when we talk about experiential here at Willamette, We have a couple of different levels. We have the 2 classes I teach, which are will and trust drafting and elder law, which are a workshop class where we simulate client representation. We have a hypothetical client and you go through a whole process. But over here at the clinic, we have actual real clients that we represent. Some of the aspects of clinic I wanted to cover are, it is a graded class. We have a unique grading system because it is experiential. We don't have an application process. You don't have to have a certain grade point average to be in. We do favor 3rd years because they're closer to going out and practicing. And so we want to get them as ready as we can to go out into the real world. But if we have openings, then 2nd years are more than welcome. It's not available to 1st years because you are too busy with all of your doctrinal classes. Let's see, what else is there to tell you? Anything I missed? Actually, I'm not taking very long at all. I don't even think I need my full 10 minutes. I don't want to dive too deep into my particular clinic because you might want to just talk with me about it in the breakout rooms. If you're particularly interested, I'd love to get your name, but I do want you to know there are 3 options that are available to students. So we look forward to seeing you and meeting you. And please, I put my email address in the chat room. Please reach out to me individually if you have any questions at all.
Great. Thank you so much, Susan. Okay, Bev.
All right. Hello, everybody. Like my friends in admissions mentioned, it's really exciting to see faces and new names. So I work in career planning and development, as I said. So I work with students on all kinds of experience, right? So that could be a paid law clerk position, an externship, a pro bono opportunity, all kinds of things. But for today, I'm going to focus on externships. So an externship at Willamette means that you're getting course credit for the work that you're doing. Your externship can be anywhere between 3 credits and 12 credits, depending on if you're doing it over the summer or if you're doing it in fall or spring semester. You are able to do an externship as early as the summer, right after your 1st year of school. Just like with the clinic, we don't allow full-time first-year students to do externships because you are so busy with your first-year classes, and we really want you to focus on your academics and getting settled into law school and such before you're taking on the additional time of working. So an externship is when you are working under the supervision of a licensed attorney doing legal work. And so this could be for a private law firm, a public interest agency, a government agency like the Department of Justice or a district attorney's office. It can be anywhere in the world. Most of our students who come to Willamette end up staying in the Pacific Northwest. And so most of our externships are in the Pacific Northwest, very heavy, of course, in Oregon, but you're not limited by that. You're also not limited to a certain list of externships. I would say about half of students create their own externship. And what that means is you might have a connection with an attorney or maybe your attorney mentor. So just a plug for our attorney mentor program. Be sure to sign up for an attorney mentor. They can be a great resource for you during law school. Maybe your mentor introduces you to a colleague of theirs and what they do seems interesting and they have some work that you can do over the summer. Oftentimes that's how externships come about. So you're not limited. We try to be as flexible as possible. Our professor of externships is Terry Wright. She's wonderful. She has over 30 years of legal clinic experience. She's a practicing attorney here in Oregon, and she tells all the students that flexible is her middle name, and it's true. We work very hard to help you find an externship that meets your needs. Let's see. So how you sign up. Externship is a class, just like any other class. So you would register for an externship class in the semester where you'll be doing the work in your externship. As I said, it's between 3 and 12 credits. So the more hours that you're working, the more credits you can take. And we're always happy to chat with you about that. One of the most common questions is, how many credits should I take? So it's something that we're happy to talk more about because it's individual, of course. We maintain a list of externships that are ongoing. We have many partners in the community, different alumni. You know, not everybody is a Willamette alumni. I think you'll learn very soon that the Oregon law community is very small, but small meaning that everyone seems to know everyone else. And so it's a really great way to learn what's out there. So we can help you find something if you're stuck, if you don't know how to start. That's where I come in. I meet often with students who say, let's say, I want to do something, an externship in family law. I've been working for Willamette in this role for over a decade. I knew one attorney when I started this job. Nobody in my family is an attorney. And now if the student comes to me and they say, I want to do an externship in family law, I can give them a half a dozen names, no problem. And I would just say, you know, let them know that Bev sent you and that you talked to me and you're interested in doing an externship. And that goes for my colleagues in our office as well. That's one of the main things we do, is help connect you to those opportunities and help you make connections. So yeah, one common question we get is, can I be paid for my externship? The answer is yes, you can be paid for your externship. You can get pay and class credit for the same work. That didn't used to be true, but the rules around that changed a few years ago, and Willamette has now allowed that. Okay, so I just wanted to give a few examples of what our students are doing this summer. Right now in summer 2022, we have 39 students enrolled in externship. That's a pretty normal number for a summer. We have seen higher. So without going into too much detail, I just wanted to give you an idea of what some of our students are doing. So we have somebody working for an environmental nonprofit. We have somebody working for a national bank, somebody working in a small family law firm that does adoption and surrogacy law. We have somebody doing animal law, working in-house counsel, somebody doing health law, and another in immigration. And then we have several doing public defense, district attorney, and Department of Justice, as well as a few people working for the Oregon court system. So that's a pretty typical summer. We have people at a variety of places. We have a strong presence in the courts and district attorney, public defender, and Department of Justice, because we are in such close proximity to those agencies. But again, you're not limited by that. Some of our folks are out of state. We have one in a Eastern Oregon office, is the Portland area. We really encourage students to cast a wide net and think about where they might want to practice post-graduation and how this externship experience can help them get there. So again, it's a really brief overview, and I put my email in the chat, and I look forward to seeing you in the breakout rooms later.
Great. Thank you so much, Bev.
Am I up? All
You're up.
right. Hey, thanks for being here, everybody. I think it's awesome that you're being proactive and absorbing as much of this information as possible. I know it's a lot, but you know, this being recorded, I think, was a fantastic idea. So you'll be able to go back and access this. But I appreciate Jesse having me here today. My name is Nate Nagy with Willamette University's Early Career Change full-time MBA program. Does anybody know where the business college is? Raise your hand. Have you guys ever been over there? Well, Jordan, you don't count. So a lot of you haven't. And we're the building that's right next door across the mill stream from the law school. So on the same side of the street, we're neighbors. And so we're really close. And, hopefully you guys will join me in the breakout session to learn a little bit more about the JD MBA, which might be a really, really good option for you. Usually we have 1Ls come join us. And so you guys would be in your first year of law school. Going into that second year, you'll come over into our program full time. And I think the big benefit with the JD MBA is you get both of those degrees, but it's done in 4 years. So it's a huge benefit. And since we're neighbors, why not, right? All you got to do is walk across the bridge there. And then usually it's 1Ls because the final 2 years of law school, people usually want to focus on preparing for the bar. So 1Ls come over, do the MBA program full time for a year, and then go back to law. You're going to have your full year to decide if this is something that you're going to want to do. And you'll see me and my colleague, Tony Casenario, around campus. I know Jessica and Jordan invite us over for events all the time. So we're going to be around if you want to access some more information. But with the MBA program, just a little bit about some details. We're a cohort-based model, and it's collaborative. You're going to do a lot of small group work where you're going to be able to bring your strengths and help other people with their deficiencies and vice versa. So it's collaborative in that regard, where you do a lot of work leading a team. Part of our program is to help people become better managers of others. And so you're going to get experience doing that and a lot of the stuff that you do in our program. The app process is fairly easy and streamlined. We're a separate entity from the law school. But the good thing is we're able to take a lot of that information from your law school app, bring it over into the MBA application, and minus a couple of things, we can get you going as far as a completed application fairly quickly. The biggest thing you'll have to do is really interview with our executive dean. But that's really a conversation about why an MBA and why it makes sense for you. It's not a huge deal, but that's something that you'll have to do. And then for the year that you're over at our program, you'll receive a basic financial aid package. We have scholarships. And so while you're with us for a year, you're part of the MBA, and then you'll go back to law. So it's a very beneficial program. So a couple of the benefits, I guess you can say, is I think a good business foundation from a lot of our JD MBAs, they think helps them better serve their clients in a lot of regards. Some lawyers want to go on and manage their own law firms. If you're going to be the CEO of your own company, it'd be prudent to know how to read a spreadsheet and to be able to talk the same language as your accountants. And so people who want to own their own business, albeit in the law world, will look at an MBA as being a beneficial business foundation for them. You get a chance to grow your network even that much further. The people that you meet and the connections that you make in the law school are going to be fantastic. You're going to meet just as many through the MBA program that are going to connect you to whether it be future clients or future business endeavors or future jobs. So you're going to be able to grow the network, your network, through our professors and the people they know and the people that you meet in our program. And it's a really versatile degree. I think the MBA is so important to have in your back pocket, just because you can do so many different things with it. And I will say this, while you're with us, you're going to have full access to our career management team. And if you get your MBA from Willamette, you'll have MBA for life. And what that means is if you decide to manage your own law firm, and at the end of the day, the data analysis has changed, or financing has changed, or whatever it is in some way, shape, or form, 10 years later, you can come back and take a class, to get up to speed on what that new technology or the way of breaking down data looks like if you do decide to be the CEO of your own firm or own your own law firm. So I think there's a lot of benefits. We'll dive into it a little bit further, but nothing but good things, right? 2 degrees in 4 years is positive, and more, just know that we could be an option for you down the road.
All right, and I'm going to pop in really quick. Nate did a wonderful job, of course, explaining the MBA. I actually work with JD MBA students closely with the MBA school. So if this is something that is intriguing to you tomorrow or anytime throughout your 1L year, you can come up and we can have lunch and we can talk about it and see what would be best for you. Business law is one of our signature strengths. So we have a lot of different ways to go about it. The JD MBA, meaning that you get that additional credential though, which has a lot of weight and power within the working world. So if you have any questions specifically for me on this side, I would be your academic advisor. So any questions, send my way. Otherwise, pop into Nate's room and he'd be happy to go over anything to do with the program as well.